What's going on? This is Sunny, and in today's video, I want to show you how to act as if you already have it without feeling like delusional, without feeling like you're having to pretend or force it into existence, right? Because acting as if is such a big part of this journey, and I want you to do it the right way. If you do it the wrong way, you can actually often fall into the perspective of constantly focusing on you not having what you want, right? Constantly falling into the perspective of that lack. So let's go over a very simple 4-step process today through which you can really start to embody the energy of your desired self, how you can start to act as if you already had it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you really want to create the life you truly want to live through a higher consciousness mindset, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you always get notified when I make a new video. I always make new videos on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, okay? And just one last thing before we get into the video, I'm giving out my reality transurfing cheat sheet again. So if you want to enter to win that, all you have to do is give this video a thumbs up and comment down below the phrase I am. Okay, I'm picking one winner every single week. So now let's get into the 4 steps, okay? Step 1, you need to constantly throughout the day catch yourself thinking. And this itself requires you to have a heightened level of awareness. Okay, so right here and there, like you have to, throughout the day, catch yourself thinking and wake up right there, right? And ask yourself, through which perspective was I currently thinking through? Through which perspective was I looking at life through? One thing you'll realize is that when you keep catching yourself like this, you will notice that again and again, you are looking at life through your current self perspective. And there was this underlying belief that I am here. I have to do all of this stuff that I don't even know how I'm going to do. I have to take all this action and achieve this goal, which rests on the other side of this big mountain that I have to climb. That is a conventional worldview, believe it or not. And that is what you're believing underneath all of your conscious activity. So every single time you tap into what perspective was I currently looking at life through, you will realize that you were actually viewing life through this perspective. I am here, my goal is over there, happiness is over there, and I have to make this long journey, and somehow maybe I won't even make it, but then I'm going to achieve my goal one day and I'll be happy. This is the very thing we have to shift when we're looking to act as if. And this is the first step. Catching yourself thinking in this perspective is the first step to actually shifting this. Oftentimes people get really confused with this topic of act as if, and they wonder like, how can I act rich if I'm not rich? How can I, act like I'm in a loving relationship when I'm single, when I'm not in a relationship? So I want you to know that acting as if has nothing to necessarily do with that. The main thing that you need to do is step number 2. When you catch yourself thinking from your old perspective, right? From this perspective of lack, you have to make the adjustment in your mental dialogue. You will realize that through the old perspective, you were probably thinking thoughts of your current self, like you being here and I have to figure out how am I going to get there and then what I'm going to do when I'm over there. I want you to switch the mental dialogue from your current self to your desired self. So ponder for a second, what are the certain thoughts you would be having if you had already achieved your goal, right? Let's just say a very simple example. If your goal is $10,000 a month from your business, what would you be thinking about? What problems would you be trying to solve? What other goals would you be thinking about if you had already achieved that $10,000 a month? And simply start to inquire those thoughts. In the beginning, it may even be difficult, but as you continue to practice it, you would actually start to, you'll get better at it. And you start to dwell in those thoughts. And so don't question this too much, just do it. Don't be like, how, but what, just do it. And you place your awareness in the perspective of your desired self and you start thinking from there. See, right now, from your old perspective, you're thinking from here, then the mountain's over there and my desired self is over there. I'm telling you to make the leap right now, here in this moment, energetically. Go place your awareness already in that guy, in that girl's perspective. And think her or his thoughts. What is he or she thinking about now that she has already achieved this goal? What other goals does he or she have now? What are the random day-to-day thoughts that he or she is having right now? This is a very powerful exercise. I want you to simply dwell in these thoughts for a couple moments at a time, couple of minutes at a time. This sometimes is even more powerful than visualization itself. This harmonizes your energy right here in this moment to the desired self that you before were projecting to be all the way over there. So you see how powerful it is. By tuning your radio signal to the frequency of your desired self, now you're going to be downloading all the information from the universe to, create that corresponding reality of your desired self. So the means will flow into your life. The everything, the resources, the people that you need will flow into your life more and more, because you're actually radiating at the energy of your desired self, because you're actually looking through the perspective of your desired self. Because as soon as you start to dwell in the thoughts of your desired self, what is happening? You are shifting your perspective. You are quite literally looking at life through a different lens. And as I've said in previous videos before, the lens through which you look at life changes the nature of what you see, changes what you see down to the molecular level. So this is such a powerful exercise. Just here and there, again and again, catch yourself thinking and change the mental dialogue from the perspective of the current self to the desired self, and start thinking from there. Start thinking from the end, and the means will take care of themselves. Now, step number 3, and this is a very important adjustment that you have to constantly make again as well, right? Again and again and again. It's all repetition. It's all consistency. A lot of these practices aren't just like you just do it one time on one day or even 1 week or 1 month and you're like, oh, Sunny, where's my goal? No, you have to stay consistent with it. Okay. And this one adjustment is so crucial. You have to now change your belief, your mindset from always being in the chase of your goal, right? I'm here, there's this mountain and my goal is over there, and I'm constantly living day to day in this chase. You have to shift that around to believing and truly internalizing and embodying the belief that as you take daily action towards your goal, as you're acting as if and aligning with your goal, visualizing, doing, everything on your part, as you're taking that action, the goal is actually unfolding through you in this moment, moment by moment. Again, it's such a minor adjustment, but it creates a huge difference in results. If you in this moment are embodying the energy of chase, that I am chasing this goal that's somewhere in the future, then again and again, you will manifest a present moment in which you are embodying the energy of chase, of not having it, and your goal being somewhere again in the future. Whereas if you make this little adjustment in perspective, in embodiment, to knowing that as you move forward and you're aligned and you're following all these personal mastery quest teachings, that moment by moment, the goal is unfolding through you. Again, manifestation does not happen to you like poof. It happens through you. It unfolds in bits and pieces until one day you're living a completely different life through a completely different body, person. It really is like that. So if you're just waiting for a big revelation, or you're waiting for like a big opportunity or something like that, then you're getting in your own way. Don't just wait around for those things. Do the work. Fall in love with the ordinariness of everyday inputs, everyday little steps. Because it is through those everyday advancements that this goal will continue to unfold through you. And see, like you just hearing me talk makes you feel a little better about your goal, because I'm coming from the perspective of the goal unfolds through you, rather than always looking at it as the goal is somewhere over there and I'm here, I'm chasing the goal. Shift that thing around. It is not serving you at all. And now we tie it all together and we come to step number 4, which is simply relax, create an inner atmosphere of peace, of balance, and go with the flow, right? And every single time, now your main job is continuing to catch yourself and noticing which perspective you're looking at life through. Every single time you fall out of your desired perspective every single time you start to get into the perspective of lack of chase, simply make this adjustment, right? Like come to acceptance of the now, dwell in the thoughts of your desired self for however long, and then simply carry on with doing whatever you were doing, taking the action, internally knowing that the goal is unfolding through you. This is how life works. So there's no room for doubt. You know, every single time you have doubt and fear, remind yourself that this is the way life works. And the goal is unfolding through you. So feel peace, feel calmness, happiness. Enjoy the journey and continue making this adjustment. See, as I said before, a lot of the things that we talk about are just repetition again and again and again. The things that you learn on this channel, they have to be committed to every single morning, every single day. And if you simply, again, just fall in love with the ordinariness of the daily work, of reprogramming, of, becoming more aware, of working on your desire, your passion, then you will one day wake up in a completely different reality, living through a completely different person with a completely different characteristic, demeanor, qualities. So have trust in this process and continue to make these adjustments that I just described. Now, lastly, if you want to go even more in detail on how to carry out this process and how to create the life you truly want to live through this type of higher consciousness mindset, right? Bringing your vision from your imagination to physical reality, then watch my free training. I'm calling it the Create Your Dream Life Workshop. It's completely free, and in 30 minutes, I'm going to show you the 4 steps you need to master to create the life you truly want to live, okay? Link is in the description box below and the first comment. Make sure to do that, and remember to subscribe if you're new to the channel for more videos like this. I will see you in the next video.